Let me take you through my session on Introduction to Six Sigma. So participants, please confirm my screen visibility and my audio. All right. I believe the screen is visible and my audio is proper to the participants, right? So in the morning itself, we have clearly told you the expected outcomes are to help all of you gain a comprehensive knowledge on the Lean Six Sigma methodology, which is DMAIC, define, measure, analyze, improve, and control, right? And through a practical result-oriented approach, a lot of case studies, right? Practical activities coming on in between will make sure you learn to the core. And in the process, we will familiarize you with LSS tools and techniques, for effective problem solving and decision making, and gain enough knowledge to successfully attempt and pass the examination requirements for the MSME TDC Chennai. And you will, at the end of the program, you will be able to lead projects and guide the team members on project implementation and improvement. So these are few expectations. Hope this was already communicated and you are coping up, right? Ultimately, we want to see a remarkable improvement. Like how Six Sigma gives a breakthrough improvement to organization. We need to see breakthrough improvement in the, in your transformation. Who you are before the training and after the training, there has to be a remarkable improvement, particularly in your problem solving and decision making approaches. Right. So this particular session, I'll help you understand what is the connection between business and Lean Six Sigma, and little bit history about Lean as well as Six Sigma, and what kind of infrastructure is required in any organization so that the Six Sigma drive can be successful, right? And then the tools and techniques that are required. And now, straight away, I'm coming up with some statistics, some table. And see here, the selling price of a particular product in a company is 100 rupees. And the cost of manufacturing is 72 rupees. And the production volume is 1000 rupees. Sorry, 1000 unit. And now the manufacturing cost will be 72 into 1000. Manufacturing cost will be 72 into 100 into 1000 will be revenue, 72 into 1000 will be manufacturing cost, and that is what we are seeing here. Manufacturing cost is 72,000. Let us assume there is a defect rate of 20% that is there in the company. Now tell me how many units will get rejected when you produce 1000 units? When you produce 1000 units for a defect rate of 20%, how many units will get rejected? 200 units. And now the saleable units are only 800. And you are selling this 800 unit at a price of 100 rupees. As a result, what is the revenue generated? 80,000. Now, how much is the profit to your company? Revenue minus the cost, or the sales minus cost. 80,000 minus 72,000. The difference is 8,000 is the profit. So your profit growth, what we call it as the bottom line growth, is right. Currently, the bottom line is at 10%. And now, operational cost is found to be on the higher side, right? Operational cost is found to be on the higher side. Obviously, the productivity, quality level, customer satisfaction, I'll consider this as average. And hope all of you, do you understand the calculations here? All of you are with me? I need an yes.
Yes.
Very good.
Yes.
Now, let me show you another scenario. Another scenario where the price of the product remains same. Manufacturing cost is 72. Production volume is 1000. Manufacturing cost is 72,000. Now, what you have done is you have reduced the defect percentage from 20% to 10%. Since the defect percentage is now 10%, how many units are getting rejected now? 100 units are getting rejected. Now your saleable units are 900. Now your revenue is 90,000. Earlier it was 80,000. Now your revenue 90,000. Can you see an improvement in your revenue? All of you?
Yes,
This
sir.
is called top line growth. This is called top line growth. You are able to impact the revenue. And now what is the profit now? 90,000 is the revenue, the sales. 72,000 is the manufacturing cost. How much is the profit now? 18,000. Can you also notice an improvement in your profit? This is called bottom line growth. You are able to double your profit, your profit growth. Now, with respect to the revenue of 90,000, your profit is 20%, which was earlier only 20%. When the revenue was 80,000, your profit is only 8,000, which is 10%. Can you notice your profit margin is getting doubled now? This is called bottom line growth. This is called breakthrough improvement. And tell me how you have achieved this. How you have doubled the profit. Have you purchased any new machine?
No.
No.
Have you produced more quantities?
No.
Then what is that you have done?
We have reduced the defect.
All the defects.
That is the beauty of defect reduction. Nothing else can impact the profit in this manner. Reducing the defects, whatever amount you reduced, see here 10% you reduced. 10% means 100 units you saved. Whatever is the amount, the cost of poor quality, that comes and gets added up directly in your profit. Can you notice that?
Yes.
10,000 rupees, which is otherwise a rejection, which is otherwise a cost of poor quality, that comes and get directly added up in the profit. No other effort can multiply your profit in this manner. That is why defect reduction is very, very important. Such defect reduction projects are called Six Sigma projects. You can see here, the approach is now Six Sigma approach. The goal is breakthrough improvement in your profit margin, which is the bottom line. The methodology followed is DMAIC. Define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. Operational cost remains same because you have not hired extra resource. You have not employed additional people. You have not purchased additional machine. No additional raw material. In fact, your work has come down now. Rework has reduced. So operational cost, I have mentioned only same only. It can be lower. And the customer satisfaction, quality, and productivity. Can you notice a positive impact on productivity, quality, and customer satisfaction? All of you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful. That means you have produced more output now using the same resource. Producing more output, consuming the same resource is actually called Six Sigma project. And the methodology used is DMAIC. All of you, do you understand what is a Six Sigma project? Produce more output for the same amount of inputs or the same amount of resources. So implementing Six Sigma doesn't require extra resource, but it requires highly effective people. People like each one of you here. People like you are required. Then only this kind of improvement can happen. Hope it is clear. All of you understood the scenario number 2. Now scenario number 3. What is the difference you are noticing here? Can somebody tell me? What is that you are noticing here?
The defect has been reduced to 1%.
Very good. Defect has been reduced, which is the job of Six Sigma. Right? Defect reduction. What else you can notice?
The profit increase growth is 17% high.
Yes, further increase in the profit happened. Okay,
Yeah.
what else you could notice? Here, one more thing. Can you notice here?
You reduce the
Cost is reduced, sir.
So
Cost
it's
has
Cost of
reduced.
production is reduced.
Cost has reduced.
that's it.
How the cost has reduced? Because
reduce.
you ensured the resource consumption is also reduced. You reduced the input now. Please understand. Earlier, you have not reduced the input. Input remains the same, isn't it? The efforts and resources are same. Now, you have ensured less resources are consumed. At the same time, output is maximized through defect reduction. That means you have applied 2 techniques simultaneously. One is defect reduction. Another one is resource optimization. The resource optimization is nothing but lean. Now the project is called Lean Six Sigma project. Do you understand? Earlier, the project was called only Six Sigma. You know why? The focus was only on defect reduction. But now, in addition to the defect reduction, the focus is also on reducing the consumption of resources. What you have been doing, consuming, 2 hours time. Now you are doing it in just 1.5 hour time. Cycle time is reduced. There is a lot of excess consumption of resources, raw material. Effort is more. All those things you are bringing down. All of you, do you understand what is a Lean Six Sigma project?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then what is Lean project? Lean project is minimizing the consumption of resource. That's all. The focus of Lean is making sure the resources are used efficiently. That's all. Making sure the resources are used efficiently. Making sure the outputs are accurate as per the requirement. That is Six Sigma. When I use the word accuracy, I am talking about Six Sigma. When I use the word efficiency, I am talking about Lean. Do you think both are important? Yes, both are important. Both are very important, right? And the Six Sigma focus on the profit maximization. When you use Lean, you can see your revenue is also getting the doubling, isn't it? In fact, it is the effect of both the Lean and Six Sigma. So you will see significant growth in your bottom line as well as the top line by integrating the approach called Lean Six Sigma. Lean and Six Sigma integrated, it is called Lean Six Sigma. Now the operational cost has come down. Your company don't have to invest a huge money now because you have ensured resources are consumed efficiently. Now operational cost will come down. Cash flow will be very smooth and productivity improves, quality improves, customer satisfaction improves. Now you are able to produce more while consuming less resource. Hope this scenario of Lean Six Sigma is also understood by all of you. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Scenario number 4. What is the difference here? What is the difference here? Can you notice the difference here? Scenario number 4.
Yes.
What is the difference?
Manufacturing cost.
Manufacturing cost has
Manufacturing cost has doubled. Why?
Because of increasing in volume.
Production volume
Production
increase.
volume.
Production volume is increased. Now the impact will be huge on the revenue. Am I right? Now the focus is on top line, not on the bottom line. Focus is on top line. Such projects are called DFSS project. What is DFSS? Design for Six Sigma. Design for Six Sigma. You have increased, you have doubled your production volume, but look at your rejection rate. You are still maintaining at 1%. You are not compromising on the quality, but you are improving your production capacity. Capacity expansion is nothing but DFSS project. Is nothing but DFSS project, designed for Six Sigma. Now the new approach will be used. New methodology will be used called DMADV. Define, measure, analyze, design, and verify. Hope all of you now clearly understand the different types of projects. There can be a Six Sigma project. There can be a Lean project. There can be a Lean Six Sigma project. There can be a DFSS project. Now tell me, what is a Six Sigma project?
profit growth.
Profit growth, I agree. But how will you achieve the profit growth? Through?
Through the reduction of defects.
Very good, fantastic. Through defect reduction. That is a Six Sigma project. Lean project. What is a Lean project? We control the resources.
Optimization.
We minimize the consumption of the resources. And now also we will see growth in the profit. Again, the focus is bottom line only. Again, the focus is bottom line only. So that is the Lean. Lean is minimizing the resource consumption. Six Sigma is reducing the defects. Doing both together is Lean Six Sigma. Doing both together is Lean Six Sigma. Now the fourth one. Fourth one is focusing on improving the top line, improving the revenue. Now I will increase the capacity of my plant. Every single shift I produce 1,000 units. Now I will start producing 2,000 units, but I will not. But I'm not ready to compromise on the quality. I am doubling my production, but I'm not compromising on the quality. Now the approach is called DFSS. I produce more by consuming more resources. Do you understand the situation now? My company is now ready to produce more by consuming more resources. I am willing to hire more people now. I am willing to buy new machines. I am willing to change the layout. I am willing to improve the capacity. But I don't want to compromise on the quality. Now the impact will be significant impact will happen on your top line. So top line growth is improving the revenue. Bottom line growth is improving the profit. You can decide which will be the best option for your company as on date. Whether your company is suffering to make profit, then the project should be DMAC project. All your projects will be DMAC now. You see here. If you are struggling to maintain a good profit margin, the focus should be on DMAC. Profit is not at all an issue. Company is running smoothly. Now the focus will shift to top line growth using DMADV methodology. Hope this slide is clear to everyone.
Can you say DMADV, sir? Once again, define, measure, analyze,
design, and verify. Define, measure, analyze, design, and verify. First three steps are same. The fourth step is design. Design means designing a new product, designing a new layout, designing a new machine, right? And anything that is created newly comes under DMADV. Anything that already exists, but you are improving it, that comes under DMAC. Clear? DMADV, new to the world. DMAC, that is already existing, you are improving. Hope this slide is very clear to all of you. So there are different types of projects. You can focus on producing more output, consuming less resource. What is this project? Lean project. Am I right?
Yes.
That is lean. More output. Sorry, more output from less. Let me use this one first. Same output using less resource. Now the project is lean. Now the project is lean. More output at the same time less resource. That means it is both lean and Six Sigma. Why? How are you able to get more output? Because now you have reduced the defect. On the other side, this example, more output, same resource. What is this project? Six Sigma project. The impact is on the profit margin. When you focus on reducing the resource consumption, the impact is on the cash flow. The manufacturing cost will be low, so cash flow will be very smooth. And when you do both, you will see the impact on both margin as well as cash flow. These kind of impact, if your project is making, the growth achieved is called bottom line growth. On the other side, I want to produce more output. I am okay to invest extra. I am okay to acquire more resources. That means you either expand the capacity. Why do you can expand the capacity so that or you can develop new product. Ultimate goal is your market share will keep increasing. Now the approach is DFSS. The project is called DFSS. You prevent the defects so that the output is Six Sigma level right from the beginning. Now the focus is more on increasing the revenue. This is called top line growth. And this is what we discussed in the previous slide also with the numbers here, just with the diagram. Right. So some motivation, why your company should adopt Six Sigma. Why your company should adopt Six Sigma. Motorola is a company, US-based company, electronic gadget manufacturing company. They have achieved a saving of over $2.2 billion every year after the inception of Six Sigma, and after started practicing Six Sigma. This company Motorola achieved $2.2 billion every year. $2.2 billion in the manufacturing department and $1 billion saving in the non-manufacturing department. Can some of you tell me what are the non-manufacturing departments in a company? Tell me the departments which are not connected to manufacturing.
Admin,
Come again.
administration,
I'm not getting.
Finance.
They are service in maintenance, etc.
Service, maintenance.
Supporting team.
supporting,
Tell me all those now. Service, I accept. Maintenance, I accept. Then
Transport.
transport, marketing,
Accounts, finance,
accounts,
purchase.
administration, human resource.
everywhere. That
Leadership.
means Six Sigma is applicable in all the department. This is very well proven. There are numbers already available, success story available. Simply close your eyes and believe in the principles. Believe in the methodology, believe in the tools and techniques. It will definitely work. Your forefathers have benefited. You will also definitely benefit. If the same, whatever advice you are giving, if your children also following, they will also be successful in the life. Am I correct or not? How are you giving advice to your children? Because you have overcome certain failure in your life. That knowledge you are passing on, you are trying to pass on to your children. That is what we are also saying here. Motorola has succeeded, such a big organization, right? And they have succeeded. It will definitely work for your company also. ABB, 68% reduction in the defect level. 68% reduction in the defect level. 30% reduction in the production cost. $898 million savings each year. This is the statement savings from ABB. Then General Electric spending $500 million. They got back $2 billion in 1 year and then $12 billion in the next 5 years. When Six Sigma was introduced initially by Motorola, Six Sigma had only 4 phases: measure, analyze, improve, and control. This happened in the year 1987. But 1995, when General Electric adopted Six Sigma, they improved the Six Sigma methodology from 4-phased to 5-phased. They introduced D in front of Mac. So the approach has become DMAC. So actually the DMAC got its shape only in the year 1995 when Six Sigma was implemented in General Electric. The CEO of the company General Electric that time was Jack Welch. So it is Jack Welch and team who modified the Six Sigma methodology from 4-phased to 5-phase. Right? Shall I proceed?
Yes.
So what is Six Sigma? Six Sigma is an operational excellence model. Six Sigma is an aggressive campaign to boost the profitability, increase the market share, and improve the customer satisfaction, using quality as the strategic business focus. So what is operational excellence? And I think one of our participants, Bhavin, was saying while introducing, sir, suddenly, a new product was introduced in the market. Then we realized, oh, we are now inferior in front of the new product that has come in the market, right? So such, you have to think in that manner. Don't think that everything is going well in your factory. Problem can come, improvement opportunity can come outside of your, the walls also. Always see how are you performing with respect to others in the same market. It can be your immediate competitor or it can be a best-in-class performer. Compare your performance with respect to the world class. Initially, you will be solving all your internal issues. Now, internal issues come to control. Now, you will compare your performance with respect to immediate competitors. Now, you are able to overcome the immediate competitors also. And now, you will start comparing your performance with some of the big players. And you are able to, overcome them also. Now, you will start comparing yourself with the world-class manufacturers. And suppose if you become the world-class, improvement journey will even continue. Hope all of you agree with my statement. Even if there is no one who could do better than you, do you think still there will be an improvement opportunity? If the answer is yes, then Operational excellence is a never-ending journey. Improve and opportunity for improvement exists every single minute. What is required is, an ability to visualize the improvement opportunity. Many a times, improvement opportunities are hidden, not understood. Why they are hidden? Because it is not understood. Nobody understands that improving this process will help our company improve the market share. Will help our company become big in the market, and which will obviously a win-win scenario for everyone. So Six Sigma is a operational excellence model. And right now in this meeting, how many people are here? As of now, how many are here? 4, 8, including me. There are only 12 people, right? Okay. So imagine each one of us run a company. Each one of us run a company. And now there are 12 companies, all of us, in the similar market, similar product. And now, where do you want to see your company? If there are 12 competitors, do you want to see your company, ranking number 1? Or do you want to see your company, in the ranking number 12? What is your goal? What will be your intention now? Can you all please share your answers now? If there are 12 companies, yes, Manikandan?
Number 1.
Okay, then Anand?
Yeah, number 1, sir.
Okay, Bhavin?
Of course, number 1.
Ramesh?
Obviously, number 1, sir.
Murul?
Obviously, no number 1, sir.
Okay, and Gaurav? Rajesh? Sagar Mogit? So few people don't want to be in the race, right? You have to be in the race, right? You have to be in the race. So almost I could see each one of you, you are wanting to see your company in the number 1 position. And now tell me, in your company, how many employees might be there? Imagine you are a big company. How many employees will be there in your company? Few hundred employees?
Yes.
Few hundred employees? Few thousand employees. Do you think your goal of making your company number 1 is possible without the cooperation of all the other employees?
No way.
Definitely no. So you have to have an approach by which you must make everyone inclined towards your goal. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes,
If
sir.
you make it happen, the drive is called the operational excellence drive. That's all. If you are not able to make it happen, only you alone will be running. A set of leaders will be running, but employees will not be following you. They'll be doing their daily work. Their daily work is poorly connected to your goal. Why that poor alignment of the goal is happening? Because your strategy is not stronger. Your strategy is a wrong strategy, right? Come out with an idea by which you will effectively align the efforts of everyone in the organization towards your goal of making your company number 1. Then your approach is then your idea is called then the technique is called strategy. So strategy is something which will help everyone in the organization to work towards a common goal. That's all. Strategy is something which will help everyone in the organization to work towards a common goal. The common goal is our market share should improve. If the goal is market share, automatically a strategy can be worked out. Now tell me, all of you know Jio, the Jio network.
Yes.
What is their market share now? What is their market share? They are number 1 at least in India.
Yes.
They are number 1. They are the market leader. But go back by 5 years or 5 years or how old they are?
5 years.
5 years. 5 years before, what was their market share?
0.
0. How come a company become a market leader in 5 years? Do you think they have made it without a strategy?
No way.
Then what was their strategy? What was their strategy?
Excellence of the process.
Yes, process excellence is required. But what was their strategy? Why did you purchase a Jio SIM?
First, they are giving free to test it.
Everything is free. Customer delight is the strategy. You don't have to pay for anything. 1 year service completely free. their manufacturing cost, isn't it? Everything, they just did not care because their strategy is customer delight. They are ready to do anything to make the strategy getting implemented. That's all. Salary, you imagine there are many expenses. They have met everything and today they are number one. This is called strategy, right? So operational excellence model. So Six Sigma is an operational excellence model. It is an aggressive campaign. Aggressive campaign means no second thought. Having taken a decision, that will be implemented to boost the profitability, increase the market share, improve the customer satisfaction, using quality as the strategic business focus. Though they have given the product as free, they have not compromised on the quality, right? Similar initiative, if you take, your company can also become number one in your field in the next 3 to 5 years. Not, in an overnight. It is not going to happen in that way. 3 to 5 years, if each one of you in the company, if they are ready to work towards the strategy drafted by the higher level committee, your company will definitely become number one. And Six Sigma can beautifully make it happen. Definitely can make it happen. And that too, when you integrate Six Sigma with Lean, and the results will be magical. The benefits are customer satisfaction, cost reduction, and legal compliance, and all those things will definitely happen. Shall I move the slide?
Yes.
Yes.
So what is Six Sigma? Six Sigma is a management philosophy to meet the business objective by reducing variation. Because now Six Sigma aligns with Takuchi. Takuchi told, if you allow the variation to increase, the same thing will become a big problem later on. Your sugar levels are not maintained at the same level, your body sugar level. Every month, sugar level is increasing by 5 units. Do you think it is okay for your health?
No.
It is increasing by 5 units, but still I am under the normal level only. And next month also it is increasing by 5 units. Still I am normal level only. But after 6 months, I will be called diabetic. Why don't you awaken yourself in the first month itself? That is Takuchi's viewpoint. You can always wait to see the failure happening. You can also prevent the failure by studying the variation. Not everybody can understand this. Not everybody can do this. People come to know there is a problem only after the problem has happened. They are reactive. But there are people who are called proactive. They look at data. They look at variation. Understand whether the problem has started happening or not. We generally think that problem started happening once we go beyond the specification. But people who are proactive in nature, they could see the problem even before the problem can actually happen. Isn't it? So control the variation. Don't allow your sugar level to increase 5 units every single month. Stabilize it. Maintain it at the same level. Plus or minus 2, that is fine. Plus 2, plus 2, plus 2, plus 2, plus 2, then you will be diabetic. Plus 2, minus 2, plus 2, minus 2. This is normal. This is normal. Going up and down, there will be, there will be some variation. That is tolerable. But keep on increasing, keep on decreasing. That is not good, right? So Six Sigma is a disciplined data-driven methodology. Data-driven methodology where we prevent failure, where we prevent defects by controlling the variation. If we make sure the variations are less, defects are not going to happen. Hope all of you understand my statement. If we make sure the variations are less, defects are not going to happen. If your sugar level over the last 20, 30 years is almost same, throughout your life, you are going to lead a healthier life without any doubt, because you have the knack of controlling your sugar level always, around the ideal range, right? So a disciplined data-driven methodology for decision-making and process improvement. To improve the performance, we just have to decrease the variation. That's all. That is what we have seen in scenarios 1, 2, 3, and 4 also. You reduce the defect, automatically, your bottom line will improve. How can we decrease the defect? What is the technique behind? Decrease the variation. How do you know there is a variation? Collect the data. So data collection. So become a data-driven professional. Don't just listen to everyone. People can share whatever they wanted to share, but you should always look at the fact. If you wanted to look at the fact, you should be data-driven. Particularly when the issue in your hand is critical, important, you should be data-driven. That is what the medical doctors will be doing. You go and see a doctor with all the report in your hand. Sometimes the doctor would like to go for a fresh diagnosis. Am I right? It happens because they really wanted to understand the fact. They don't want to get deviated in a wrong direction. So look here, there is a bell curve here. There is also a bell curve here. Any process can be expressed in the form of a bell curve. You will be able to appreciate my statement as we progress through the course. Any process, even the process doesn't follow normal distribution, then also you can make it, you can make the data appear like a bell shape. There are certain technique, right? There is an important theorem called central limit theorem. Once you understand, you will realize literally every data can be made to follow a bell curve. Now imagine our process is normally distributed. The bell curve is like this, process number 1. There is another process number 2. The bell curve is appearing like this. Now there are two processes, 1 and 2. Which is wider? Process number 1 is wider or process number 2 is wider?
One is
Process number 1.
1 is wider. But both of them centered properly. Center is, I'm okay with the center. Center is the target. Targeting is correct. Here also targeting is correct. But here it is wider. That means when you are trying to hit the target, sometimes you hit here also. But here, when you try to hit the target, even if you miss, still you are hitting here. The worst target is here. But look at the worst target here. It is happening here. Now you need to know whether all the outputs that are coming out of your process are inside the specification or outside the specification. That is the whole game of business. If all the outputs that are coming out of your process are inside the spec, customer will happily buy everything. Am I right? That is happening in scenario number 2, process 2. Even the worst output is inside the spec. Do you think the customer will buy this output also? Because he has signed an agreement. He is okay up to USL, LSL. That's the business agreement, business deal. And everything, almost entire process is inside. Literally everything you produce, customer will buy. That is the advantage of maintaining less variation. If you allow the variation to increase, that will appear in your bell curve in the form of wideness. The curve is wider, and you can easily see now a portion of the curve is going beyond the specification. This is called rejection. Can you understand what is rejection? Rejection is going beyond spec on the right, going beyond spec on the left. So which process is more capable now? Which process is good? The process number 2 or process number 1?
2.
2.
Process number
2
2.
is good. The reason is the bell curve is narrower. The bell curve narrow means variation is less. Then you should know how to measure the variation, right? Now this process is considered capable, highly capable. This is less capable. Highly capable means 6 sigma process. Highly capable means sigma levels are high. And less capable means you can see sigma levels are going down. What is the sigma level? I'll be teaching you tomorrow. Already I have shared the recording. I do not know whether you have gone through, but I'll be teaching you what is the sigma level tomorrow. So now what we understood is, if the variations are less, then the process can be capable, and everything that is going to come out of the process will now get accepted by the customer. Absolutely no rejection, right? And this is the 6 sigma capability. All of you understand what is 6 sigma? So these are the benefits you will get. Shall we proceed to the next slide?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
RK sir has taught you quality. RK sir has taught you quality. So what is the definition of quality? You understood, all of you? If I ask you a single definition, what will be your definition? So many definitions you studied. Variation is opposite to quality. Takuchi has told, right?
Conformance to requirements, sir.
Conformance to requirement. Conformance to the customer's requirement, conformance to the requirement. Fantastic, right? And now if I ask you, which car is a quality car? What could be your answer?
All.
All the cars are quality cars because all of them conforms to their requirement. Am I right? Conforms to the requirement of their customer segment. Quality, simply stated, quality comes from meeting customer expectation. In order to make quality happen in your products, in your services, you have to do 4 activities very carefully in any business, any company. First activity, understand your customer requirement. We also spent 1 hour in the training program. Morning 9:30 to 10:30, we did not teach. We spent 1 hour because we wanted to do we don't want to miss the first step. Why all of you are here, isn't it? That's very important. Right? If this is not understood, you can't do the remaining step properly. So first step is customer requirement. Understand. A requirement is considered to be understood if it is specific in nature. If it is specific in nature and if it is measurable. If measurability is poor, why measurability is poor? There is no specificness. Suppose if I tell you, buy me a car, I am ready to spend 20 lakhs. How many of you will be able to take action? I want to buy a car. I am asking you to buy for me. I am ready to spend 20 lakhs. Will you be able to buy a car for me? Yes or no?
Yes.
Will you be able to buy a car?
Yes.
No, sir.
No,
You
sir.
can't buy because there are hundreds of cars available. I have not given you the specific requirement. If you buy, then I will ask you to change it. Then you can't change it. Then you will lose your money. By doing a work for me, you will lose your money, right? So always a requirement is considered to be understood only if it is specific in nature. Over and above, it should be measurable. Measurable means there should be numbers. There should be numbers. There should be physical units. There should be a dimension. If these things are missing, please understand you have not understood the customer requirement. See, that is why every single product has got a specification. Am I correct or not?
Yes.
Every single product has got a specification. You are buying a laptop. You are buying an insurance. You are taking a LIC policy. That also has numbers, specification. How many years? How much is the premium? How much is the maturity amount? Everything is a specification. Unless and until you arrive on those numbers, requirements is poorly understood. Those numbers, the technical specifications, we are going to call them as CTQ. What is CTQ? Critical to quality. I purchased a particular policy because of its features. So those features are critical to the quality of the product. Am I correct with my statement? Right. Similarly, in problem solving also, first you should understand the problem. You need the CTQs. First step is understood. Now second step. Second step, design the product and services. You have the specifications. Specifications are given. Now you design the product or design the service. And now you make a prototype. Now you make a prototype. And with the prototype, you can understand whether your design is meeting the step number 1 or not, is meeting the spec or not. If there is a gap, you have to redesign. If again a gap, again redesign. Till the prototype meets the customer expectation, the designing will go on. Now prototype is ready. Now you move on to mass production. Now tell me, can you use the same method for mass production also? The prototyping and mass production, can we have the same method?
No.
Definitely no. Prototyping, we just follow a method and then our intention is only to produce the product, that's all. Not to make it cost effective, not to make it, the other things. So now you have to develop processes. Develop processes which are capable of, delivering the products with the higher level of capability. Develop processes which are capable of delivering the product, meeting the customer requirements in a long term. This is called capability. The ability of a process to deliver results as per the customer requirement in a long term, not just for today, not just for tomorrow. Why I use the word long term? Because now in mass production, you will be producing several thousand units. You will be producing several million units. You will be serving a huge lot of customer. So your process should be capable in long term. So you developed such a process. Now you require people like you and me. Now your company requires people like you and me. Primarily our job is to manage and control the developed process. Am I correct now?
Yes.
Companies hire us, they give us different designation, but primarily what we will be doing, we will be taking care of the developed process in terms of two things. One is we ensure the process deliver the designed result consistently. Today, tomorrow, next year, next month, next year, even after 3 years, the process will deliver the same result. That is my job. I am the general manager in the company. I am the operations head. I make sure the quality remains same. But at times, like our Bhavin shed, there will be a requirement for improving the capability. At times, that time, we will also work on improving the capability. So primarily our job is two things. Maintain the capability. Another thing is improve the capability. Maintaining the capability is called, statistical control. Maintaining the capability is called statistical control. SPC, statistical process control chart. If you are using control chart, you have understood your responsibility and you are ensuring the consistency of the results in your products and services. But one step above, now you are becoming a leader. Now if you are maintaining consistency, you are a manager. Now you are thinking one step further. What is one step further? You are improving the capability. You are trying to improve the process. You make the process operate at the next level. Even if somebody try to deviate the process will not allow. You have now, improvised the capability. Now you are a leader. This is the, this is the root of the, what you call your corporate ladder also. Either you can decide to work here, do the survey and study the market and market survey, data analytics, all those things you can do here. And you can be a good designer. You can be developing products, services, or you can be very good at, the layout design and developing processes, or you can be here, right? Ultimately, everything is boiling down to managing and controlling the process. Am I correct? Ultimately, everything boils down to managing and controlling the process. So that is why process improvement is an important activity in every company. We must fully understand process improvement. First of all, what is a process? Process means I'll be doing a lot of set of activities. Am I right? Process means set of activities. By performing set of activities, what do? I convert the input to output. I convert the input to output. And so the process has got two parameters. One is called effectiveness. Another one is called efficiency. Effectiveness means your set of activity always convert the input into required form of output. Effectiveness means the set of activities you do never fails. But a process will be considered ineffective if the activities you designed will fail to produce the output. All of you, do you understand what is effectiveness? If the process delivers the result as expected, the process is called effective. Let us say we conduct the training program and all of you clear the exam in the first attempt. Tell me, is the training process effective or not?
Effective.
Definitely effective, right? Whether you like it or not, and we ensured that all of you clear the exam in the first attempt. Suppose half of you are not able to clear the exam. Will you still call the process as effective?
No.
Tell me, half of you are not able to clear the exam. Do you think the training process is still effective? Yes or no?
No.
Definitely no. Half of you are not able to clear the exam. Now, why the process is ineffective? Is that something controllable has deviated? there is some factor which pull down your result, right? The factor may be controllable, factor may be uncontrollable, right? So you make sure the controllable factors are controlled properly so that the process always delivers the result as expected. If at all there is a failure, that has to be very, very minimum, right? And in Six Sigma, we call it 3.4 DPMO. 3.4 defects per million opportunities. If there are 1 million opportunities, only 3 or 4 times a failure will happen. That is the Six Sigma level of effectiveness. So it is fundamentally the ineffectiveness is termed as defect, and defect reduction is Six Sigma. So Six Sigma is nothing but improving the effectiveness of the process. The equivalent word for effectiveness is capability. The equivalent word for effectiveness is capability. Effectiveness means, be rest assured, output is as per the requirement. Coming on to the other side, efficiency. Efficiency is consuming only the required amount of resource. If you consume more resource, then the process is called inefficient process. Hope all of you understand the meaning of efficient process. If the process consumes exact amount of time, exact amount of effort, exact amount of raw material, exact amount of electricity, exact amount of space, exact amount of manpower, then the process is called efficient. Always, there is a theoretical calculation. Am I right? For everything, there is a theoretical calculation. If the practical results are exactly equal to the theoretical result, your process is highly efficient. Process is highly efficient. Theoretically, your factory can produce 10,000 units every single day. If your factory exactly produces 10,000 units, your factory operations are efficient. Theoretical output is 10,000, but actual output is only 5,000. Will you still consider your operations as efficient? You are not producing, the theoretical output. What is possible, you are not achieving. And the process is called inefficiency. If you operate anything inefficiently, please understand what you are doing is called as wasteful activity. If you are doing something inefficiently, then what you are doing is called as waste. And in English, it is waste. In Japanese language, it is called muda. M-U-D-A. Anything that you do in an inefficient manner, then what you are doing is muda. What you are doing is a waste. Let us say a better way of doing a work exists, but you still don't follow it. Then also you are considered to be inefficient. Then also you are considered to be inefficient because a better way of doing a work is existing and you are not adopting it. No, that is also considered a wasteful activity. So effectiveness and efficiency of a process are very important. Effectiveness can never be compromised. Because what is effectiveness? Effectiveness is producing defect-free product. Can you compromise on this? Can you produce an item with a defect and sell it in the market? Do you think people will buy? Nobody will buy. So effectiveness can never be compromised at any cost. You must achieve the required effectiveness. No compromise. Otherwise, you will be kicked out of the market. When effectiveness is fulfilled, customers will find your product, extremely good. That means the desired quality is achieved. But customers are happy now. If you also wanted to make sure your business also happy, you should also focus on efficiency. Otherwise, what happens? Customer will buy your product, but you will still incur a loss. If you are effective but inefficient, do you think that is good for your business? You are effective. All the students are passing the exam, but we are not able to make money. Do you think we will exist in the business? We will be kicked out. That's all. Though you are good at many things, your operations are inefficient. For that reason, you will be out of the market. So you need both effectiveness as well as efficiency. So efficiency is taken care by Lean, effectiveness is taken care by Six Sigma, and the integrated approach is called Lean Six Sigma. As a result, customer is happy, employee is also happy, and the business owners are also happy. Hope all of you understand the process improvement approach. Am I correct? With the previous slide.
Yes, sir.
Right. Now, process improvement approach, we are trying to understand a little more deeper. Process improvement is the key to improving your business result. It can be quality, it can be product, it can productivity, it can be cost, it can be delivery, it can be any other KPI which you want to improve. You write anything here. The fundamental is process improvement. Now you have an orange tree. Now this orange tree can give you beautiful oranges. Customers are extremely happy. Customers are extremely happy with what you produce. What are you producing? You're producing oranges. Now, all of a sudden, your company wants you to produce apple. Now tell me, will you be able to produce apple from the same tree? Will you be able to produce apple from the same tree?
No.
No.
Orange tree can only give oranges. If you want to change the fruit, then you must change the root. Right? You grow on an apple tree, then only you can produce apple. With the same way, same process can only give same result. If your organization needs better result, then better processes are required. If better results are required, better processes are required. That means process improvement is a very, very important activity if your company is looking at improving the results, right? And this is what we call it y equal to f of x. Y equal to f of x means a process where y represents the process output, x represents the process input. Y represents the output, x represents the input. For a single output, there can be many input. Am I correct? For single output, there can be many input. For single y, there will be many x, x1, x2, x3, and so on. Right? And now y is mathematically called dependent variable because y depends on the x factors. X are called independent variable because you have direct control over them. You have direct control over them, and that is why they are called independent variable. Without worrying about anything, you can change any of the x. But when I change the x, my y will change. That is why y are called dependent variable. Hope all of you understand the equation y equal to f of x. Am I right? So now tell me, suppose if you are let us say you are making a coffee. You are making a coffee, and the outcome of your coffee making process expected is a good coffee. When I say good coffee, coffee should be stronger, coffee should be sweeter, coffee should be hotter. All these things are no characteristics. These are all output characteristics. Am I right? Getting a tastier coffee, getting a sweeter coffee, getting a hotter coffee. These are all output characteristics. Now take one of the output, which is the stronger coffee. Now, what are the inputs to get a stronger coffee? I want to prepare a stronger coffee. Now, what are the inputs that are required?
Milk, water, coffee powder.
Milk, water, coffee powder, and okay, and all these things are required. And now my specific requirement is stronger coffee. Though you said milk, coffee powder, water, and stove, and many other things, which is critical to getting a stronger coffee. How can I make my coffee stronger?
Coffee powder.
No coffee powder.
Coffee powder is called the critical factor. If you are looking for a stronger coffee, coffee powder is the critical factor. It is fundamentally the critical factor is called as the root cause. It is fundamentally the critical factor is called as the root cause. Why do I call coffee powder as critical factor? Because the impact is more. Whichever factor has got more impact on the particular characteristics, in this case, making the coffee stronger. Coffee powder. So coffee powder is the culprit. Coffee powder is the critical factor. Coffee powder is the root cause. Anything happens wrong, with respect to the strongness of the coffee, the critical factor or the root cause is coffee powder. So how much is the contribution of a factor? How much contribution a factor is making on your result? You can understand this by using a tool called regression analysis. How do we know the contribution of influence? Through
Regression analysis.
regression analysis. See, I can make the coffee stronger by adjusting any other input also. I can adjust the amount of milk, I can adjust the temperature, I can adjust the sugar. But when I adjust the coffee powder, the impact will be more. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes.
You can understand this using a tool called regression analysis, which you will be learning in the analyze phase. So companies can decide to believe in Lean Six Sigma, or they can continue to believe in the traditional model. In a traditional model, they simply think that quality is expensive. But on the other side, in a Lean Six Sigma model, they will realize quality is inexpensive. Look at the statement. Quality is expensive. If your company says high quality product means, then it should be priced at heavily. If your company is talking in this manner, you understand your company is still believing in the traditional model. If your company talks like this, quality is inexpensive, quality helps in profit maximization, and we must plan for excellence. If your company is talking in this manner, if they also know clearly about the process effectiveness and process efficiency, then your company is believing in Lean Six Sigma. So the language will completely change. You can understand the maturity level of the company with the kind of language they are using. Hope this is understood, right? The traditional model and the other side, the Lean Six Sigma model or the operational excellence model. Shall we move? So these are the quality principles Dr. RK has already taught you. You should be customer focused. You should be process centric. You should be system driven. You should be fact driven, data driven, right? And always maintain a very good relationship with your suppliers, with your vendors. You also discussed about who is a supplier and who is a vendor. Maintain a cordial relationship with supplier and vendor. Cordial relationship means supplier quality is also maintained at optimal level. Cordial relationship doesn't mean, going for a movie or going for a hotel. No. Cordial relationship is ensure your supplier quality, is also optimal, because their raw material you are using, the child component you are using. Finally, you are responsible for the overall quality, right? So make sure you respect all the quality principles. And you have seen this video. So Six Sigma is a metric. It tells you the level of capability. Six Sigma means higher capability. 3 Sigma means lower capability. 2 Sigma means still lower capability. Lower capability means lot of failures. Rejections are more, right? So 6 Sigma is a metric. 6 Sigma capability means the rejections are limited to 3.4 DPMO. What is DPMO here? Defects per million
Opportunity.
in your examination, black belt examination. How many questions are going to be asked?
75.
120.
75 questions. Now, how many opportunities are there for a mistake to happen? 75 opportunities. If you prevent all 75 opportunities, you are a black belt, the best black belt in the market, isn't it? So try to achieve a 6 Sigma quality even in the exam, right? So 6 Sigma is a metric. It's a methodology. It's a way of management. Company that understand whatever we spoke so far, they will connect the growth of their employees with the 6 Sigma certification. This has happened in many big companies. Caterpillar, Amazon, Google, TCS, right? There are many big premium companies. They believe in the 6 Sigma skill set for salary hike, for promotions, for promotion to leadership roles. They demand a 6 Sigma certification, right? Hope some of you are also here, for the 6 Sigma certification for your promotion. Am I right? So that means In your company, Six Sigma is a way of management. Six Sigma is a philosophy. You can use Six Sigma to improve anything. You wanted to improve your lifestyle. You wanted to improve the relationship. You wanted to improve your health. You wanted to improve your business. You wanted to improve your profit. Six Sigma is for everything. It's a philosophy. Hope all of you understand, right? It's a methodology. It's a metric. It's a way of management. It's a philosophy. Ultimately, the goal is profit maximization. Ultimate goal of Six Sigma is profit maximization, which is sustainable, which is predictable, which is desirable. Do you understand the meaning of everything here, all of you? What is the meaning of sustainable? You make profit without damaging anyone, isn't it? Without damaging any of the stakeholders' interest, you should make profit. Just because you want to make profit, you should not damage the others' interest. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Then your growth is called sustainable growth. Predictable. What is predictable? Where I were last year, where am I this year, where I will be next year, you will be able to tell upfront. That is called a predictable. Your business is predictable, so you can have expansion plan. My business is going to 100 crore growth in the revenue will happen in the next 6 months. So anticipating the growth, now I am hiring 500 employees. Do you want to have such a scenarios happening in your company? Yes or no?
Yes.
Then the profit growth should be predictable. Predictability will be better if the data exhibits normal distribution. Please understand. If the data is not exhibiting normal distribution, please understand predictability is poor right now. Predictability is better if you could see the bell curve happening in your data. All of you understand the meaning of predictability?
Yes.
Now, desirable. What is desirable? Your management sets a target for the next year, next 5-year plan, next year profit, next year revenue, and you actually achieve it. Your growth is not just marginal, your growth is as per the plan. All these things can happen if your company believes in Six Sigma. All of you now understand what is Six Sigma?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If you believe and say an yes, all of you have now become white belt. That's all. We taught you so far only to get an yes from each one of you. Still if you're not willing to say yes, you have to work, read few more literature to get convinced on how Six Sigma can help your organization. Right? If you come to a solid conclusion, yes, Six Sigma can help any organization, no matter whatever be the size. Some people think that Six Sigma will work only if the company is big. No, Six Sigma will work even in same company. What is required is a good infrastructure of people. All of them are properly aligned. Even 10 people, you can start a company, practicing Six Sigma. So Ramesh, you wanted to ask anything?
No, sir. I'm clear with this.
So Six Sigma is a methodology. Define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. In define, your focus is on Y variable. Your focus is on Y variable. In measure, our focus is on Y variable. In analyze, our focus is on the right side of the equation, which is X. Do you understand how slowly the focus is changing? In define, we are talking about the problem. In measure, we are measuring the problem. Both are Y. In analyze, we are trying to figure out the root cause, which is an X variable. There can be single root cause, there can be multiple root cause. Right? The crime would have been done by a single criminal or by a group of criminals. There could be multiple root causes. Now our focus is on the X variable. Improve means we provide solution. Provide solution is nothing but providing treatment. You can see the words closely connected to the healthcare. Right? Treatment. Doctor give treatment. You are also going to give treatment. What is treatment? You optimize the X. Treatment means, will you correct the Y or correct the X? Doctor will correct the X. God will correct the Y. Am I right? If the doctor directly works on Y, then doctor becomes a God. Magic man. Without changing the X. If you are able to change the Y, then you are a magician, isn't it? So treatment is optimizing the X. In the improve phase, your focus is on the right side of the equation, X. Now control. Now doctor gives lot of tips to the patient. You have now recovered. Hereafter, you have to do all this. Morning walk, no, eating vegetables, juices, fresh fruit, avoid junk foods and stress environment so that you can live longer and happier. This is called control. Now the focus is on X or Y?
X.
Focus is X. Shifting your focus from Y to X is what is happening by going through the methodology called DMAIC. This is called, matured way of looking at the problem, matured way of solving the problem. This is called, maturity. This is called experience. This is called process knowledge. So define in one line. The tagline for define is express the problem in numbers. Measure. The tagline is measure the baseline. Where are you right now? Can you give me the correct picture of the ground reality? I am the project sponsor. I want to solve a particular problem solved. You are the project team. Can you show me the ground reality? What is happening in my factory? Patient is there in the hospital. What is the problem? Doctor, can you tell me the exact problem? How severe is the problem? You will be asking similar question, isn't it? If the patient is critical, you would like to see the report. The number, sir, what should be the ideal number and where is the patient right now? That is called a baseline. So your data should be clean, credible and worthy. Then only the baseline will be proper. So you must learn to measure without error and validate the root cause. Root cause identification is one thing. Root cause validation is other thing. What is the difference between identification and validation? Can one of you tell me? What is the difference between identification and validation?
Like identifying the reports of the patient, and validation is whether it is clinical correlation is there or not is the analyzing.
Correct. So if a crime has happened and you have found the culprit, identification is done. But you still won't be able to sentence him for punishment, isn't it? In order to offer the punishment, validation is required. You have seen the crime. Now you produce the report, produce the evidence. Then only the judge will believe. Then only the punishment will be declared. Same way, your company will believe your finding. Not every company will believe every statement, isn't it? If you say, sir, I have done research, I have found this, do you think they will immediately allow you to make changes? No. They will ask you to prove it. So validation is a statistical procedure. You all must learn. We are going to help you master the subject of validation. What is the tool you must learn? Hypothesis testing. We generally see half of the participants sleeping during hypothesis testing. But right now I'm telling, right? So wait for it. And this is the main part of Six Sigma training. Improve. Improve is optimizing the root causes. Optimize the root cause, your Y will automatically get optimized. And control, monitor and control the X. All the critical X, all the critical factors, you monitor them, control them on a daily basis. If I monitor and control the critical X factors on a daily basis, do you think the same problem will come again?
No.
No.
What your people are supposed to do on a daily basis, the input is derived from every Six Sigma project. The process gets standardized based on the learnings you are going to have from every Six Sigma project. There will be a learning. Problem means there will be a new learning. The new learning you are standardizing in your process, and those standardization becomes daily activity. Now, do you understand how the daily activities are managed? The daily work management becomes much more effective when Six Sigma is in place. This is called Six Sigma methodology. And now we are going to teach you right from the afternoon. We will be teaching you the Six Sigma methodology phase by phase. First, we will teach you define, then measure, then analyze, then improve, then control. This is going to be the flow. In define, what is the focus? Y or X? Focus is on
Y.
Y variable. In measure, focus is on Y variable.
Y.
In analyze, the focus is on X variable.
X variable.
In improve, the focus is on X variable. In control, the focus is on X variable. We'll define the Y. We will measure the Y. We will analyze the root cause, which is one of the X or multiple X. We'll improve, we'll optimize the root cause, or we will optimize the root causes. We'll monitor and control the root causes. That's all. This is Six Sigma methodology. And how can you make it happen perfectly? We are going to teach you every phase in 3 simple steps, because step-by-step approach, always easy to understand. So define is broken down into 3 simple steps. First step, identify the project. Identify the problem in your company. Problems are nothing but improvement opportunities. Improvement opportunities are nothing but projects. There are certain tools. There are certain ways you must use the tool, which is called a technique. As a result, you will be able to deliver result expected from the step number 1. So what is step number 1? Identifying problems. Right now, is your organization very good at identifying problems? Then step number 1 is already done. Otherwise, we will be learning certain tools and then we will become too good at identifying problem. You will become a problem finder. Once we finish off this step number 1, you will become a problem finder. Problem is invisible to everyone, but the problem will be very obvious to you, right? Step number 2, select the project. Is that the problem require Six Sigma expertise, or can the problem be solved easily? Already we spoke on this. A problem is considered fit for Six Sigma if it is recurring in nature. Am I correct? If it is recurring in nature, if the solution doesn't exist, if the root causes are not known, if these conditions are not fulfilled, problem is not fit for Six Sigma. You can solve it very easily using other method. It can be anything else, PDCA, 8D, A3, whatever your company is already following. You know problems, Six Sigma solves complex problem, not the normal ones. But normal ones can also be solved, but it doesn't require such a level of skill and such a level of statistics. And step number 3, finalize project charter and high-level process map. Nothing but a very clear executable execution plan. A very clear executable execution plan. This is what we call it as project charter and process map. Same way, every phase is divided into 3 steps. The whole training program is nothing but teaching each one of you the 15 simple steps. If you master the 15 simple steps, you are now eligible.
Your voice is not clear.
You will definitely be, stand out, be able to stand out from the average professionals. Yes, Manikandan, you want to ask something? Manikandan?
Your voice is breakdown.
Oh, my voice is breaking. Is
Yes.
it okay now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, some network connectivity. Similarly, analyze phase, there are 3 steps. Improve phase, there are 3 steps. Control phase, there are 3 steps. Overall, there are 15 simple steps using which you will systematically eliminate defects, waste, and risk. These are the 3 major killers in any business: defects, waste, and risk. And define phase, certain tools recommended by me. There are many other tools. I have recommended certain tools, and whatever some of you spelled out, that is listed here, Pareto and other things, right? And similarly, in measure phase, there are certain tools. In analyze phase, there are certain tools. Improve phase, there are certain tools. Control phase, there are certain tools. In control phase, the important tool is control chart. In the improve phase, the important tool is DOE. In analyze phase, the important tool is hypothesis testing. In measure phase, the important tool is gauge R&R, sigma level, CPCPK, PPPPK. In define phase, the important tool is project charter. Where is project charter? It's here. Project charter and CPOC. So you must be very familiar with all these tools. And your level of proficiency with the Six Sigma methodology, the DMAIC, and the appropriate tools and techniques will categorize you into any of the belt. This kind of infrastructure is required if your company is driving operational excellence. If your company is driving operational excellence, this kind of infrastructure is required. The first thing, awareness level knowledge. Awareness level knowledge. The moment till I got an yes from each one of you, that is only awareness. This awareness level training should be given to everyone in your company. So all of you, after receiving your certificate, the first thing you need to do is make everyone undergo an awareness training. Either you can conduct the awareness training yourself, or you can send your members for my workshop. Once in every 15 days, I do a free workshop, which is 2 hours duration, where the awareness is created, right? So this is called white belt. Next level, yellow belt. Anybody who is participating in your project, involved in certain activity like data collection, he is creating the project charter, he is filing the document, he is part of the process, he should at least be an yellow belt. He should at least be an yellow belt. If the team member's role is more, then he should be a green belt. He should be a green belt. If you expect one of the team member to lead the activity, to lead the improvement, then he should either be a green belt or a black belt. Project leaders are generally either green belt or black belt. And the difference between green and black is, black belt will lead a complex project, green belts will lead projects with lesser complexity. The project is considered complex if it is cross-functional in nature. The project is considered complex if it is cross-functional, which means multiple departments are involved. Now it will be handled by black belt. The black belt is expected to complete at least 6 to 8 projects in a year. But a green belt is expected to complete at least 2 projects in a year. Right? And master black belt. Master black belt is someone who can train the employees on the Six Sigma body of knowledge. Master black belt is someone who is responsible for development of KPIs, who is responsible for the driving the company in the correct strategic direction. So generally, master black belts will be just one or two in the whole company. If you are a green belt or a black belt, you are 1 out of 100. If you are a master black belt, you are 1 out of 1,000. Right? Imagine how you will stand out from the competition. Right? And now these are called leadership role, champion, and then there will be one more called sponsor. Sponsor is the person who has the authority to approve your project. Champion is the person who has the authority to allocate the resources as per the approval of the leadership team. The leadership team is sponsor. Hope all of you understand the different belt levels. This kind of belts are required, right? So the role of a project sponsor or a champion, they define the project, they select the MBB, BB and the team member, they determine the required resources, they orient the team, they review the progress. Toll gate review will be conducted by the sponsor and the champion. Green belt or black belt, we call black belt as a full-time Six Sigma expert because he has to do 8 projects in a year. Green belt is considered a part-time Six Sigma expert because he has to do 2 projects a year. Look at the responsibility. Lead the project, help the champion, and master black belt. Strategic alignment of projects. Every single project that is funded by the company should help the company progress in the strategic direction. Otherwise, the project will not be approved. Observe the team performance and coach the team if it is required. Right? And yellow belt, participate in the meeting, help with the administrative task, meet with the project leader, make recommendations, changes as per the requirement. So there is a role for everyone in the project team, and everyone should wear at least an yellow belt. So white belt is awareness, yellow belt is intermediate level, so that you can assist the green belts. And green belt, you are now an effective Six Sigma expert. You can even lead projects, but if the projects becomes little complex, then you must graduate to the next level called design of experiment, black belt, where some higher end tools like DOE and other things are required. And master black belts, now you are You are 1 out of 1,000. Now you are the one who is developing the KPI for the whole company. KPIs are derived from the strategies, right? From the strategic goals. Every goal will have a target. The organization level goals are called strategic goals, and there will be a target for organization goals also. They are called organization KPI. Organization KPI will be broken down into next level KPI, which are called the tactical KPI. Tactical KPIs are again broken down to down level KPI, which are called operational KPI. All these KPIs are developed by a committee where master black belt will play an important role. And champion and sponsor. Sponsor is the one who has the authority to approve the project. Sponsor is the one who has the authority to approve the project. Champion is the one who will allocate the resource. Sometimes in certain company, it will be one and same. You need to understand the scenario and act accordingly. So we learned certain things now. Six Sigma improves the profit margin by reducing the defects. Lean reduces your operational cost by reducing the waste, which are fundamentally the inefficiencies. Defects are called ineffectiveness, where defects are happening because your process is ineffective. Waste are happening because your process is inefficient. And Lean Six Sigma will improve the cash flow by reducing the waste as well as the defects. DFSS improves your revenue by developing new product, by expanding your capacity, isn't it? And all those things. Quality is meeting customer requirements consistently. Quality is the function of customer requirement, process requirement, and then people requirement. So take care of customer requirement, process requirement, as well as people requirement. Quality is taken care. Lean Six Sigma as an operational excellence model will help you to improve the quality, reduce the cost, and lead time to delivery. Right? You not only supply high quality products, you also supply fast, and you also price your product at a very competitive rate. Right? Six Sigma tools for defect reduction. There are plenty of tools Six Sigma toolkit offers. They are nothing but, they are not tools exclusive for Six Sigma. They are the existing tools only. All the tools are existing, like the quality control tools, project management tools, decision-making tools, team management tools, communication management tools, anything, the tool that is existing, you feel that is, useful in producing result from your project, that can be used as a Six Sigma project. Six Sigma as such do not have its own tool. The tools are already existing. But when it comes to Lean, tools are developed exclusively for Lean, right? By the Japanese company called Toyota. Use appropriate tools and methods so that you can correct the existing failure and also prevent the future failure, because now your process has become predictable. If something is wrong is going to happen next month, next year, you can do something today. In that way, Six Sigma can be used as a preventive management approach to achieve sustainable, predictable, and desirable growth in profit. So that's it from me on the first session. So now you are ready to learn the methodology DMAIC. Now I am open to your questions. Any questions? Anybody would like to ask? Now this is in time for interaction. Already the condition is added. Each one of you should ask one question.
Sir, maybe if there is a possibility in a session, you can show us that all the steps of doing this project, Six Sigma project, like maybe any example like what you have done it, maybe you can have a step-by-step approach so that it will be more.
We'll show you. We'll show you a case study. A case study, the outcome of define phase, measure phase, analyze, improve, control will be discussed towards the end of the training. But in between also step by step as we're doing, we'll bring a case and then we'll be discussing. Good point.
Sir, RK sir wanted to ask something.
I did not want to ask, I wanted to answer.
Sir, your voice is very low.
Yeah, now can you hear?
Now better.
I think I have to little louder I have to speak. I hope now it is okay.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Now I just wanted to say that the fact that we have set steps, the fact that Gopal Shokumar has mentioned the 15 steps makes you that there are 15 steps that I must question them, right? So we are giving an opportunity for you to question us. If you don't understand these 15 steps, then you can't go ahead with the project. And these are the 15 steps essential for you, and we are always giving you a leeway for you to ask questions on these things. Please note, not only 15 steps he has given, he has also given the deliverables. Deliverables, if he has not given, that also will be given at the end of each phase. There must be 5 deliverables. We should know 3 steps in each process, each phase, and then 1 deliverable in each phase. If you know these things, and how to ensure that these are all obtained or not is called a toll gate. And that toll gate also is a jargon he has introduced, but the responsibility has put it on somebody who is not experienced in that. That is RK. So RK will be doing a toll gate. Always it's better to give it to a novice so that you will completely learn along with me. Right? So we will learn the toll gate also. What is toll gate? How to prepare a toll gate? What is the purpose of a toll gate? How to ensure that your process is completed successfully because of the toll gate. Right? So all you need to know is 3 steps in each phase. How many phases are there? How many phases are there?
15.
15 step.
No. That is what I am saying. You should concentrate on each and every word that RK
3 steps.
mentions.
3 steps.
Right? 5
Three steps.
phases.
5
Phases.
Five
Phases are
phases.
5.
How many phases are there?
5 phase.
Phases.
5.
Why are these phases are there? Because you can logically think. You should not miss any item. You should not miss any phase. And in each phase, you should not miss what? You should not miss each step. Therefore, how many steps are there in each phase?
3.
3
Three.
steps. And how many deliverables are there?
1.
1. If you want, you can make many more if you want. That's up to you. But minimum 1 deliverable is required, right? And why it is toll gated? Why it is toll gated?
To measure the process.
No,
Output.
no. It is not to measure anything. It is measured to, it is not a measure. It is to find out you have not missed anything. You have obtained this deliverable in the right way. Yes or no? I can do a problem given answer. If my method is not correct, will I get the correct answer? Tell me,
No.
will I get no. This methodology is correct or wrong. That is to be tested. That is why toll gate is there.
Toll gate.
You are allowed to pass a toll gate only if you make the fees, no? Something
Yes.
like that. If you only answer all the questions, you'll be allowed to pass.
Fast tag.
Here again, if you have the phase, if you have the steps, and you have the right steps, and you have the right method, and the tools are used rightly, and the tools is another aspect which I did not mention. You know why? Always teachers miss something. I know. I'm a great teacher. I also do the same thing. The trick, not worthy, right? But not should not ethical. But I do it. You know what is that? What I do not know, I will not teach. And I'll put it in the question paper also. Worst part, right? So that I'll get the answer from the students. Likewise, here also there are certain things which I did not tell you. Those are all the tools and techniques. We will teach you. We will teach you tools and techniques. But I will not teach you, hey, how do you test the tool is right or how do you use the technique rightly or wrong? Because you are the king in that. You know the subject. Only who know the subject can do the right tools. Now, can I go and do an operation on my son? My son did an operation on my lip. You could not see that there is an operation. It was done, no? The lip was broken. And my son, no? With my consciousness, he stitched it, no? Like a tailor, he stitched it. And it was all right, but no sign is there that ripped apart lips. He can do it because he had done that. He knows how to use the tool, the technique also. I can't do it. Therefore, the tools and techniques are those portions which only you are the masters in your field. And these are all non-linear. That's why I'm not telling. Right? Tools, the tool can be used anywhere. The tool can be used anywhere you like. The techniques can be used anywhere you like. Right? Provided you know that the tool is appropriate, the technique is appropriate. Right? I can give you straight away, Anand Kumar Vitnani is the best candidate, best participant right today. Because you know why? I know a few questions he has asked. Nobody was asking the questions. And I can tell you that Ramesh is a very good observer. Though he did not ask questions, I could see his face and the concentration. Oh, he is a very good observer. He is a sincere, wants to learn. But I do not know whether I can tell the same thing about somebody else who never showed their face, who never answered, right? But in the comment, RK is very bad. He's very fast. I'm fast. I'm sorry. I'm very fast because I get the complaint. Please forgive me. I did not see the command. You're fast. I will be trying to be slow. But the thing is, pick up fast, right? You ask me to be slow. I want you to be fast. That's all. The thing, the course will be successful. Thank you very much.
All right. So
Sir,
others,
one more
others,
last-
yeah, please.
Last question. I am very poor at statistics. I
Okay,
don't like mathematics actually.
okay.
So how I can learn, because it is all more on depending on statistics and data.
Now, do you know what is good data, what is bad data?
Yes.
If I teach you what is to be put in, what is to be read, that's all. You don't need anything else. You should know what is to be given. You should know what is to be taken. The rest will be taken RK's responsibility. RK will give you a template. All you need to do is what you're going to put in, or you can pay 1 lakh if you want. If you have the option, you can pay 1 lakh or 6 lakhs. I don't know what
1
it is.
lakh only.
That
1
mini
lakh.
tab, what is that name, sir? Mini
Minitab.
tab. You buy a mini tab or you take RK's free templates, whatever you want, right? Thank you.
Oh my God.
No problem. You not knowing the statistics is not a problem, but you should have the willingness to learn. We are going to teach, and so far, if you are able to understand, follow us, and same will be the experience in the remaining rest of the sessions also. And we'll make sure you like statistics. And it's easy. All right, others, you have to ask one question before we go for the lunch. Bhavin,
Sir,
what is yes, Manikandan.
I need a little bit clarity on a defect and waste.
Defects and waste.
Yes.
Defect is non-conformance that is present in the product. Defect is non-conformance that is present in the product. For
Okay.
example, in my slide, every slide, there is a spelling mistake. It's a
Okay.
defect. Am I right?
Yes.
Oh, am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
Very good, very good. I think there is a power cut, but still you can hear me. And waste is any form of inefficiency. Say, for example, I don't complete the session on time. Do you still call it waste, or do you still call it a defect or an inefficiency? Inefficiency, isn't it?
Inefficiency.
I am supposed to finish the session in 1.5 hours, then I should do it in 1.5 hours. If I take 2 hours, I have extra consumed, I have over-consumed the resource. Now the over-consumed resource is time. Whether it is time you overconsume, or material you overconsume, or money you overconsume, these are all forms of inefficiency. Any form of inefficiency is a wasteful activity.
Okay. Got it. But in a process, how we can able to identify we are following some certain steps. Okay, so for example, in a production space, we are following for 10 to 15 steps. So how we can evaluate that it is the waste or it is the defect?
Sir, can I come?
Yes.
Can I come, Gopal Kumar?
Yes, sir, yes.
Please note, in the school, they give a warning to the students. Yes or no?
Yes.
Give warning to your son is not performing well. Immediately they arrange for tuition, try to improve. But if still, in spite of the warnings, if the student does not perform, what do?
They will take against the action.
They will
Take action.
What action they will take? They have taken action, no? You call their parents and then say your son is not performing well. Then still he is not performing. What they will do? Because their name is, reputation is going. Because they
Yes.
want 100% +2 results there. But this person is failing in all the subjects in model exams. So what he will do? They will send him out. They will give him DC. Yes or no?
Yes.
That is the one. That is a waste, right? Waste means you will not use it. Like, for example, he was telling that he is taking classes and you tolerate Gopal Kumar even if he takes 10 minutes more. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes.
He has taken, already we have taken 15 minutes more, 5 minutes more, right? You're still tolerating or in the meeting, right? But what is wasted? This 5 minutes is wasted. Yes or no?
Yes.
Can you get this 5 minutes back?
No.
You could have done something very useful. You could have listened to RK. Sorry, you could have listened to probably Gopal Kumar only. You could listen to probably Gopal Kumar's missus shouting at him, "Hey, stop!" People will be leaving otherwise. So then he will stop it, right? So defects can be corrected. Now, if
Okay.
the defects are more, the conformance to specifications, if it is not there, 1 or 2, or that's why we call it as defects. 3.4 defects. We still think the process is very good, even though there are 3.4 defects per million opportunities. Yes or no?
Yes.
The defects can be 1 million, but you should not make 1 million defects. 3.4 in 1 million defects is okay. The rest of
Okay.
the products are non-defective. But the thing is, if the defects go beyond the limit, what will happen? You reject the item. It becomes defective. Defectives are waste. Right?
Okay.
Defects
Got
are defects. Thank you.
Thank you.
All
Thank you,
right.
sir.
So I think all of you are able to follow us properly. I think, are we going good?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Very
Yes.
good, right? So maybe you can continue asking your questions after lunch also. Now it is 1:05. We'll break here for your lunch, and exactly after 1 hour, we'll meet again in the same meeting. 2:05, we'll continue from here, and I'll be teaching you the first step, problem identification, project identification, how to identify the project, how to identify the problem, right? What are the tools required? That we will be having in the afternoon, 2:05. So you can decide to exit from the meeting and rejoin, or otherwise you can stay here like how you did it in the break. It is up to you.
Okay. Thank you.
Sir, I think I can go back and come back, right?